Alright guys, so on the tutorial today, I definitely want to go over either 3 or 5. I know they're odd, but I do want to go over them because we were running into issues with both of them today in class. Alright, and the main issues that we were having was, instead of finding the reciprocal, some of you were just putting it over 1. Okay, and remember, when we're doing division, you must multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor. So I'm going to go through this with you guys on number 3, and I'm going to point out some stuff on some of the word problems I'm sure that we're going to deal with on Monday when we cover it in class. But as I'm looking at number 3, as I approach the problem, I'm going to ask myself, do I need to convert anything first? Conversions come first. So I'm going to convert this 9 and make it 9 over 1. Okay? Once I do that, now I'm ready to start my operations. So, will I ever divide fractions? No. So what I will do is I will multiply. Okay, so what am I multiplying? I will multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor. Okay, meaning that the numerator becomes the denominator, and the denominator becomes the numerator. Say, all right, I don't have red on here, guys. So that means that will become 1 over 9. Now, I was kind of getting into this today when we talked about the model. All right, our dividend is what we have. So when you get into those word problems, that's what you have. You can't take that away. So the 3/4 is always going to stay the same. Okay, that's what we're actually dividing. Okay, so I'll bring my 3/4 down. So now I look like my proof for multiplication of fractions. Now I've got it to where I can multiply numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. Okay, now some of you may be saying, but Mr. Hurd, you can cross reduce. Yes, you can cross reduce on this one. All right, I'm going to show it first. For those of you that would have done it this way, you would get 3, and 9 times 4 is what? 9 times 4 is 36. So you would have got 3/36. What you should have got, okay? Now, some of you are having an issue here. I caught this today, and I didn't really understand it because you guys are putting 12 here as your answer. That is not right. That's nowhere near right. 3/36 does not. So for some reason, you are taking and making, you're taking your dividend into your divisor. You're not remembering which one's which. So be careful with that, okay? So if I was to simplify 3 and 36, I see at 6, I see at 3, it means they're both divisible by 3. Plus, if I add 3 and 6 together, that makes 9. Some of you are fighting me on that. All right? So I know I can reduce it by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. Now, this would have been a lot simpler, guys, if I would have just came back over here, and I would have said 3 and 9. The greatest common factor between 3 and 9 is 3. So if I would have divided 3 by 3, 9 by 3, right? Then I would have got 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 4 is 12. So those of you that are still refusing to cross-reduce, hopefully on some of these bigger ones, you're starting to see that it could actually help you out when you have some of these larger complex computations. So that would be 1/12. So number 3 would be 1/12. Okay? Write a story context. Some of you were getting real funny with this today. I dig every bit of it. Okay. So let's go down to number 9, okay? Because I know I'm going to have to address it on Monday. So let's go down to number 9. Okay, when we read our word problems and we know we're doing division, okay, we have to find what do I have, okay? Meaning, what is my dividend? What am I starting out with? Okay, so let's go through here. I'm going to use this purple here, or blue, whatever it is. Okay, so to dye 1 t-shirt, 3/8 cup of dye is needed. The table shows the number of cups of each color dye in Mr. Galvis's art class. So the table shows, the number of cups of each color of dye Mr. Galvis in. Okay, so this is what I have. So this is the cups that I have in Mr. Galvis's art class. How many t-shirts can be made using only the orange dye? So I have 3/4 cup of dye. All right, and I'm going to cut it by 3/8. Okay, so as I set this up, I should be setting it up as 3/4 is my dividend. That's what I have. I'm going to divide it by 3/8. Okay? So that's my problem. Now, some of you were saying the 3/8 is what we had. Okay? And I could kind of show you some other stuff that we could do where it's 1/3 to 3/8 and then 3/4 a die and how it works. I could show you guys how to set that up, but we would still end up back here at 3/4 divided by 3/8. Okay? So now I just start my operation. Do I need to do any conversions? No. So my operation is division. I'll never divide. So I know that I will multiply. Okay? I will multiply by the reciprocal. Right? The reciprocal. Right? I'll multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor, and 3/8 is the divisor, right? Because it is second in the sequence. So if I flip 3/8, it becomes 8/3. And then I'm going to multiply that by 3/4. The dividend will always stay the same. I won't change it. Okay, so then I can cross multiply. I can cross reduce here. I can cross reduce here and here. 4 divided by 4 is 4. Is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. These two should be very easy to cross reduce. That's going to leave me with 2. How many shirts can I make? I can make 2 shirts. All right, and that's my answer. Okay, I'm sure we'll end up doing this one again on Monday. All right, guys, that's the tutorial for this week. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. I want to show you guys something. I know there was an issue today on the spiral review, which kind of blew me away. Greatest common factor, okay? And I know that was an issue, okay? Remember, guys, to find greater, we can either do prime factorization or we can write out our factors, okay? 4 is not prime. Factors of 4 are 2 and 2. All right? 8 is not prime. The factors of 8 are 2. Oh, that's a horrible 2. All right? 2 and 4. And then the 4 comes down and becomes 2 and 2. Now I'm going to find my common factors. So I've got 1, 2 here and 1, 2 here. I'm going to write 2 down here. I've got 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here. All right, remember, this was from the first year. Okay, do I have any more? No, I'm done. I'm out. So it's going to be 2 times 2, give me my greatest common factor of 4 and 8. 4, so my greatest common factor is 4. Okay, now I'll do number 30. I'll show you what the factor tree, not the factor tree, but the other way of doing it. All right, 1 and 3, that's basically the factors of 3. The factors of 6 are 1. 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Remember, I start at 1, start working my way to the number. All right. So my common factors here is 1. 1 is a common factor, and 3 and 3. The largest of those is the number 3. So the greatest common factor of 6 and 3 is 3. All right, guys. That's it for the tutorial today. If you have any other questions, make sure you bring them in on Monday. Everybody have a good weekend.